Is Black Friday a key trading period for your business? If it is, then stick around, because in this episode we're going to share 10 ways you can maximize those sales or leads this Black Friday. Let's get into it. Right, so Darren, here we are back for another T.E A Talks.
Yep.
How are you doing?
Yeah, really good. Yeah, just been out and about doing some filming in some hot tubs recently.
Haven't you just?
I need to put myself in these scenes. Then I can get in the hot tub.
It is true. That's the point. Before we get into talking about Friday, give our listeners, our viewers that are growing with every episode.
Yeah.
We're getting more and more, which is very exciting. What have you been up to from a creative standpoint? What have you been doing?
We've been doing lots. We've been doing lots for ourselves.
We have.
We are working on a new series. And
all to be revealed soon.
We've been doing lots with our clients as well.
Yeah.
So as I said, I've been doing lots of filming with hot tubs. I've been filming with granite kitchen surfaces. I've been filming with conservatory roofing.
Yeah.
And in fact, by the time this comes out, my first uncut episode, where I take everyone behind the scenes with us, should be out as well.
Absolutely,
So go and check that out.
And you're doing all of this in the height of summer.
Absolutely.
Because the weather's beautiful outside.
Yeah.
We're doing lots of stuff outside, using the time while the weather's nice.
That's it.
Making hay when the sun shines, as they say. But at the same time as you're doing all of that, on the paid media side, we are not thinking about the summer.
No.
We are thinking
well ahead.
Months ahead, quite literally months ahead. We're thinking and working on Black Friday, which was the catalyst for thinking we're going to turn this into a T Talk.
Yeah.
Because as we're recording this, Black Friday is many, many, many weeks away. And yet we are thinking about Black Friday. I think we're going to have to bump this episode up the pecking order to get this out a bit lively.
Yeah.
But Black Friday is a hot topic for us. And what we thought we'd do in this one, I think this is going to be a lot of me talking at you. So apologies in advance. But I've spoken to the team, and together we've put together 10 things that we are actually doing, actively doing on our client accounts right now in preparation for Black Friday. And so what we thought we'd do for you lovely T Talk viewers is share some of the things we're doing and just give you some ideas that you can take and deploy into your brand to make sure that you maximize those sales or those leads. Whether you're e-commerce, whether you're lead gen, whether you're a bricks and mortar business, you have showrooms, doesn't matter. There's things you can be doing and should be doing to maximize those sales, because I think Black Friday's become, everyone's doing it.
Well, it's not just Friday.
It's not Friday. It's for some of it's a whole month.
It's Black Month.
It's Black November.
Yeah.
It's it's become quite a thing. We've got some clients that just don't participate. It's just not for them. It doesn't work for their business, and they just don't participate. And they've actively chosen not to participate.
It's not for everyone.
It's not for everyone. And then we've got others that quite literally it's their biggest time of the year. It is their peak, and they say no. Black Friday, then into Christmas.
Yeah.
That is crucial. We had a brand in yesterday, and they said half of their entire year's sales will come in November, December, which is mad. So
crazy. No
pressure on the team, right? So this is super important. So I've got 10 things. I'm going to rattle through them pretty quickly. They'll be, if you've got any questions, thinking on behalf of our T-Talk viewer, then jump in. First one, having a clear plan and timeline. It's exactly why we're thinking about it many weeks in advance, and brands should be thinking about it and actually thinking, right, what are we going to do for Black Friday? Just so that it doesn't roll around to mid-November and you think, oh, actually, are we going to do this? Don't do one of these last minute things. Actually give yourself the time to think, are we going to do it this year? For how long are we going to do it? What are we going to do? And just give yourself time to have think about it.
So how far in advance do you think people need to start planning?
3 months minimum.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, that we would look at it at least 3 to 4 months ahead.
Yeah.
Really as soon as possible, but just don't leave it last minute. So having a clear plan and timeline is the first one. Just don't leave it last minute. Second one, building your ads really far in advance. When this goes on the back of the first one. So you have a plan, timeline, then build your ads weeks and weeks in advance. And you may think, well, why? Why do I need to do that? The reason is when you're putting your ads and you're submitting, they've got to go through a verification process. Sometimes there'll be delays, things might get disapproved. So that can all just take time. And if you leave it till the week before and then you launch your campaign and it's then got to get approved and it's got to go through a learning process,
you miss the boat.
You miss the boat. And we've seen that with other clients and they left it and they missed the boat. So don't miss the boat. Just build your ads and get them up. You don't have to run them, but just get them built, get them approved, and then pause them, and then they're ready to go. So just making you do that well in advance. The next one, reviewing last year's performance. Again, that's where we'll start. So what we're doing right now is we will go back into last year's Black Friday, even the last couple of years. We'll look at all of their data, and we will look at, right, what are the best performing products, what worked, what didn't work, take those learnings to leverage them into this year.
Oh yeah.
It's a no-brainer, but don't remove as much of the guesswork as you can by just focusing on, okay, what performed best last year? Did we have a certain sale last year, or actually was the year before did really well and actually last year wasn't so good? Okay, well, what did we do 2 years ago? Let's look at that. Or last year we did okay, but actually do we need to do more of a promotion or better, or did one part of it really work and then some parts of it didn't? Okay, let's double down on that and let's not do so much of this.
And is there usually a limit to how far back you can go?
I mean, it depends how much data you've got. I mean, again, for a lot of our brands, home, garden, lifestyle, if they go back too far, they're going to be in COVID, and they had, a lot of those brands had an amazing time in COVID. So if you go back too far, you might get skewed data.
So it's almost worth just being aware of what was happening in the world during certain times. You've got to have that perspective. We tend to go, for the most part, we'll look at last year's performance, because a lot of our clients, we would have done the last year's, and there'll be things that really work. There'll be things we think, we need to do a better job there, or it didn't quite work. So we'll look at it. But and you'll obviously have new ideas and things you want to try for this year, but just look at last year's to get some ideas. I think that's an easy one. Then some more really practical things now. Include Black Friday, sale, discounts, all of the think how your customers are going to search for your products, your services, how they're going to go onto Google and search. Include those terms. And this also there's another one of the top 10 things we're going to do is not only include those search terms, because for the rest of the year, you might not go into sale. Therefore, you might be running your campaign. You might have performance max campaigns, search campaigns, whatever. And you might be actively saying, look, we don't want to appear if anyone's looking for sale or Black Friday or this or that, or, any sort of discount or sale related terms. Whereas at this time of the year, you really do. So there's two things you need to do. One is make sure you add in those terms in addition. So if you've got a brand campaign and you know that in the run up to Black Friday, people are going to be looking for discount codes or sale, they're going to be putting brand plus sale or whatever, you want to make sure you add those search terms in. You'll then remove them again when you come out the other side. But you also, as well as adding them in, whether it's a search campaign or this, that, and the other, you also want to be making sure that you check your negative keywords and you remove them, because the amount of brands we've seen this so many times where they'll either add the sale terms in or the Black Friday terms in, but they'll have them already as part of a negative keyword list. So essentially it cancels itself out. So because you're saying to Google, hey, I want to appear for people looking for my brand or my product or my service when they're looking for a discount, a sale, because, hey, we're in sale, we're doing Black Friday. But if you've got within your negative keywords, which are the ones that cancel out and say, don't bid for this, if you've got Black Friday in there or sale in there, it's going to cancel it out. And we've seen that is brands go, well, I didn't see the increase in sales that I was expecting. And we looked at it and go, because you'd told You're working
Google,
against yourself.
You're working against it. I don't want to appear for sale terms. So again, and there's the way we approach that and structure it is we'll have a set of terms that we'll know based on their data and or even their organic data. So from Google Search Console, we'll know how people will search for their brand, their product, their service, and how when they're looking for reasons to buy, incentives, and so on. So we'll have a set load of terms that we'll add into those campaigns, and we'll have the way we do it is we have a separate negative keyword list with those terms that for the rest of the year, that negative keyword list is applied to their campaign. But then for peak, for this trading time, we'll remove it. So you remove the shackles. You say, hey, don't worry, I'm happy to have sale terms and Black Friday terms and Christmas terms and all of those things for this period. The rest of the time, no, I'm in full price, therefore I'll bolt on because I don't want to be appearing for people looking for a discount or for a sale. So again, we do it so it's very easily managed. We can turn it on, turn it off. But yeah, that's a good one.
Before we go any further, if you're enjoying today's T Talk, you'll love our Grow with Evergreen podcast. Specifically created for home, garden, and lifestyle brands, it's a podcast dedicated to discussing paid media and marketing. Every episode, we're joined by a brand that wants to grow online. We delve into their business, dissect what they're doing, and define a digital growth strategy they can take and deploy into their business. And best of all, you get to listen or watch along, then take those learnings into your own business. Make sure you check it out on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. But for now, let's get back to today's T Talk.
Next one is ad copy. again, really simple, but just make sure that within your ads, you're mentioning Black Friday. You're mentioning that you're into. Just go in and update your ads to say, hey, we're now doing a discount of it, 10% discount, a 20% discount. We're now in the sale. Just making sure that you're clear on those messages and that you update your ad copy. Because again, the amount of people go, we're in Black Friday, and you go on their website and the website screams, they've got all the banners that says Black Friday this and sale that. And yet they don't actually update their ads so that the ad still just says the normal product, service, visit our showroom, do this, do that, do the other. But actually, that you would get so much, you better click-through rate, you'd get more engagement. If for that period of time, your ad said, hey, we're doing 40% off, we're in Black Friday, we're doing this, come along, we're having an open day, we're running this sale, we've got this incentive, this reason to buy. So updating your ad copy. And another one that we do as well is build on those ad extensions. So ad extensions are those extra bits and pieces. So you'll see this, if you Google something, an ad comes up, beneath the ad, there's lots of other little extras, little Brucey bonus. There we go. I love getting a Brucey bonus. But they're little extras that you can add in that will sit along. So it might be site links, might be the address. It might be little call outs. There's all these little extras that basically makes your ad bigger. So you get more of the real estate on the page. But there are extra things. And again, in those, you can have call outs, you can have calls to action, site links, leveraging those for Black Friday for sale. Say, hey, we've got a discount of X. We've got this open day happening. We're doing this special. It's time sensitive. It's only running till here. It's doing this. It's doing that. All bolting on all of those. And again, once you're out of Black Friday, you're out of peak, turn them all off. You just pause them all. So we've got them all preset from last year. We'll go in and make sure that the levels of discount are the same. Maybe was 30% this year and we're going to do a 35% or whatever. But you can enable them and then just text the text boxes and calls to action and links, but bolting them on in addition to the ad copy. Another big one.
Nice.
So there's that. Customer lists. There's so many things. And we basically, so the way we do it, we've got a checklist of all the things that ahead of peak, we will just go through for all of our clients, go, right, have we done? Yes, tick, 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 tick. And then we'll do this 10, 12 weeks in advance. So we know that ready for Black Friday, we'll know that these campaigns can start to push on from there. Updating your customer list is another big one. Anyone that's bought from you or raised their hand and showed engagement, maybe they've downloaded a brochure or you captured their data in one way. So they're on your customers, they're in your customer database. Making sure that customer list has been plugged into Google, into Meta, wherever you're running your ads, because that is a warm audience. They're people that have either bought from you or shown an interest in buying or becoming a customer. So if you're then about to go into your biggest sale of the year, you want to be getting your ads in front of those people. So making sure that all of that data is as up to date as possible and then is plugged in to your campaigns increases the likelihood that those people that are already warm to you are going to see your ads and see them more prominently. Is a good thing to do. It's an obvious thing to do. It's something we will chase all of our clients to make sure their customer lists are all as up to date as they possibly can, so that we know we're keeping the brands as top of mind for all of those customers.
Nice.
There you go. Making sense so far?
Yeah.
Good. The next one is, and this is a good one. This is a shout out to Maren on this one, because this was one of hers, which I thought was absolutely fantastic. Maren's our paid media manager, superstar. She said about data capture. At this time of year, in peak, data capture, people are so much more willing to sign up for a discount, right? Everyone's in buying mode. So people they're looking for a discount. Suddenly everyone has no money the rest of the year. And then everyone's like, oh, I found this bucket load of cash that I want to spend.
People love spending if they think they're getting a deal.
It's that. It's the perception of a deal, of a discount. And that's why retailers and brands, they tap into that. And it makes sense to do so. But when people are in buying mode, right? When people are, keen to sign up, they're almost more willing to, exchange their email address for a discount code or for some incentive, there's some reason. So if people are in that mindset, great, let's capture the data, please. And so what Maren's idea, was, and again, what she's implemented for her clients and what we do for lots of the brands we work with is make a point in not just at Black Friday, but in the run up to Black Friday is actually make a point of, teasing, we're going to be doing this, we're going to be doing that, sign up for discounts, sign up for early bird access, sign up for additional things. There's 100 different ways to approach it, but ways to, ahead of Black Friday, make sure you're capturing data, as much data as you possibly can, while people are in that mindset. And that, so data capture, we've been able to, with some of our clients, increase their databases quite significantly in a relatively short 2 or 3 week period, because people are so willing to exchange their email for a discount code or something. So yeah, she was saying that one is
that's
get
a really
data capture and make it not just for that week period or 2 week period, but actually have some early bird sort of incentives and really make it a bit more prominent. Is, hey, we're going to be running Black Friday or this, that and the other. If you're interested, sign up here. If you're on a website and you're thinking about buying a product, you're doing that, right?
Yeah.
You are doing
Absolutely.
that. And again, once you've got their data, it means you can not only, push the Black Friday lines or the things you're going to do the rest of the year. You've got that data ongoing.
And then that feeds back into a lot of the other points you've mentioned as well. Like
exactly.
The right customer.
Exactly. And then the last one, because we've rattled through 9 already, how quick was that? The last one, this is... This is a really important one. I've written to the point where I've been written in.
I know, it's in capital letters.
Capitals. This is the big one.
Do not change.
So listen up. But yeah, it's do not change your bid strategies. And people seem to think you need to do this. And I'll explain what I mean. So you're running campaigns, and let's say you've got campaigns on max conversions or max conversion value. Depends. There's lots of bid strategies, right? Okay. So what people tend to think is, oh, well, there's going to be loads more people searching. Therefore, I need to change my bid strategy. And if you think your bid strategies is fundamental to your campaign success. Okay. So if you change that, it can knock over the apple cart. It can reset the learning. And people think that they often think they need to change it to get more volume in, or, oh, we're going to whack up the budget. Therefore, we're going to go after not conversions, but conversion value, or not conversion value, we're going to go after conversions, or we're going to move to more of a manual because we want to whack up the clicks because we want to get more clicks at a lower cost. Okay. But there's lots of scenarios why we see brands going, oh, I've done that, or we look back at their change history in their accounts, we go, why did you change your bid strategy a month out of Black Friday? Oh, because we knew we were going to whack up the budget, therefore we wanted to focus more in on conversion value when historically we've been on target conversions, or we were on this and we now wanted to move to max clicks because we just knew there was going to be loads more people searching. We wanted to get massive amount of the market. Just don't change your bid strategy. And it's, there'll be people that have never even thought of doing that, but there'll be some, we see it quite regularly. And we just say, look, if your campaigns are running and they're working, it's fine to dial up the budgets. It's fine to make all the optimizations and the tweaks and things we've covered. But one of the fundamentals of your campaign is the bid strategy. Right. Just don't change it. Okay. Don't change it. I'm even talking to a couple of prospects. Exactly. Just don't do it. I'm even talking to a couple of prospects right now about, and again, we're 3+ months out of Black Friday at the moment, but I'm talking to them about working together, and they want to start working with us. And one of the things I've said from the very outset, the first conversation you heard me say is I said, look, we can go in, we can make these tweaks, we can, and I've sort of run through these kind of things. I said, we'll update the ad copy, we'll do this, because for this particular brand, Black Friday is absolutely key for them. But I've said, just to set from the outset, we are not going to make any fundamental changes to any bid strategies, nor in this example, any of the account structure, because frankly, you risk just, upsetting the campaigns, setting them into learning mode, which at peak is the last thing you want to do. So basically, kid gloves when you're approaching peak. Make the optimizations, but don't make any fundamental changes. Wow. There you go. That was 10 things. That was pretty quick, wasn't it? I know,
that's a lot of information. I mean, fortunately for the viewers at home, they can go back, they can watch it, they can pause it. Yeah. I can't do that. But I do it for you.
Aren't you lucky? Well, there you go. You can pause it, you can go back, you can rewatch it again if you need to. Hopefully it's been useful, giving you some food for thought and some things there, but just make sure you're thinking about, hopefully if you haven't already and you're watching this now and you're thinking, oh, Black Friday's in 6, 8, 10, 12 weeks time, go now, stop what you're doing, watch this again, and then take some notes, and then go and implement these things. And I can pretty much guarantee if you do, you're going to have an even more successful Black Friday. Hope it's been useful. We'll see you on the next one. Take care.
Bye.
If you enjoyed this episode and want to see more, well, on the left side of the screen, you'll find a video that YouTube has hand-picked just for you. On the right, you'll find our latest video hot off the press. And don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments, subscribe, and hit that notification button. Thanks for watching.